Hi, this is MarloomZ Creations, and today I am going to show you how to make this tooth on your rainbow loom. The supplies that you will need for today are white bands, about 60 of them. You will also need 2 pink for the cheek, 1 black band, or actually 2 because we need to extend it. So 2 black bands for the mouth, and it is optional if you do not have e-beads. I'm going to be using 2 e-beads. You can instead use 2 black bands for the eyes, and when I get to that part I will show you. And you will also need your rainbow loom set up in the staggered configuration and your hook. And if you are going to be using e-beads, I thread those on using a piece of dental floss. If you notice that this tooth is larger than this one is made by using AC Moore's white bands, and this one is from a different company, and it has a bubbly look to it, and I kind of like it better that it's larger. But this is what yours will look like if you use the average bands, and I just wanted to show you the comparison, so it's not like I did anything different to this tooth versus this one. So gather your supplies, your 2 pink bands, 2 black, your e-beads or your 2 black bands, and your 60 white bands. The first step is we are going to be making the root of the tooth. You're going to be grabbing 3 bands at a time and just place them on any 2 pegs. And then another 3, and then you're going to grab a single band, and if your band has good elasticity and you're able to wrap it around 4 times, then you're going to do that. If your band is a tighter brand and it can only go 3, then you can wrap it around 3 times. So mine is very stretchy, so I'm going to be doing mine 4 times, and that is 1 root. And the same for the second. Go down use 3 bands and go from here to here. And then grab another 3 bands. And I'm taking a single band and wrapping that around 4 times. So now we have made the left and the right side of the root. Now we are going to make the top part that gives it that shape of a tooth. Grab 2 bands and place it on any 2 pegs. 2 bands and go down again. And this time you're grabbing a single band and wrapping it around only 3. Again, if your bands are very tight and 3 is too many, then you would wrap yours 2 times. 2 more bands, another 2, and these are not connected, and I'm wrapping this one around only 3 times. And then we will loop these. So you take your hook, push back the capping, grab the bottom 2 and bring those forward, grab the bottom, bring them forward. Same with these. Push back the capping, grab the bottom 2 bands, bring them forward. Same with those. And it's the same thing with these. Just push the capping band away, grab the bottom 3. You should be grabbing, see, I made a mistake already. These were 3 bands. And the cap I wrapped around 4 times, but you can wrap it around 3 if your band does not stretch as much. Grab the bottom 3 and bring those up, the bottom 3 and bring those up. The same with these. Push back the capping band, and now you can take your hook and remove them from your loom. And if you have a spare hook, you can leave it on these. I don't know where my spare is, and I'm just going to take it and place it to the side. If you want to adjust it. And now we are going to begin to make the actual tooth. But before we start, let me show you how I make the e-beads onto a band. I take the dental floss and I grab the bead and I place the dental floss through my bead. Then I grab a single band, place the band onto that dental floss, pinch the bead, take the tip of that floss and thread it right back to that bead, and then you pull down and you have your e-bead onto your band. And you would do that one more time. If you do not have e-beads, you will be grabbing a single black band, wrapping it around your hook 4 times, and threading that onto a single white band and pulling that on there and making 2 of those. Making the tooth, you're going to grab 2 white bands and place it from the middle to the outer peg. And the same on the other side, from the middle to the outer. And then you are going to go down 1 time on each row. And then the second one is the one that will contain his eye. Grab a single band, place it there, and then the one with the eye, place it over. And the same on this one, just a single band. And then the one with the e-bead or your black band. And in the middle, you're going to grab 2 bands and just go down. Then on these 3 pegs, you're going to grab a pink band, and on this one, wrap it around only 2 times. And on this outer one as well, just wrap it around twice. And on the middle, you're going to grab a black band and also wrap that around 2 times only. So we have placed 3 white, the single white band with an eye, and then the single band and the other single has an eye, the pink, black, and pink bands, and then we are going to grab another 2 white bands and go down. Grab another 2 white bands, and from the middle peg, place it outwards, and again from the middle to the outer peg. And now we can start placing the root. The root is the one with the triple bands on it, where we place 3 bands at a time. Make sure you grab the right one. Push all the bands down and place it on that last peg, like that. And grab the other one. Make sure again that it's tripled. And place it on that last peg. And that's how it should look so far. And then grab the other piece, and this will make the shape of the top of the tooth, and that will be placed on the top peg and will be left there for now. And before we place any capping bands, triangle bands, we are going to, you can place a triangle band from here to here actually, but we're skipping this one because we need to bring the cheek and the mouth up. So we are going to loop now. And you're going to reach in and grab the first top 2 white bands, not the bottom. And those will go to the middle peg. Same on this side, there's 2 pairs, the bottom and then these. And you're going to grab the top 2 first. And make sure you're grabbing the top 2. And bring it to the middle peg. And then you can reach back to this peg, grab the remaining 2 bands and bring them forward. Same here. And then reach in through the middle and grab the bottom 2 white bands. And bring those to the middle. We did not place a triangle band on here because we need to bring these pink bands up. You're going to grab them and bring them up and over. Again, on this side, just grab them with your hook, bring them up and over. And the black, bring them up and over. Now, this is the part that gets a little tricky. This is the part that's a little tricky. If you have a spare hook, that's great for this part. If you don't, you can use your fingers. You're going to take your hook and there should be a bottom 2 white band and top 2. You're going to go in and just remove the top 2, just like that. The same on these, just the top 2 and just the top 2. So it should look like that on your hook. And then that's when you can grab this extension and place it on that peg, like that. And make sure you're placing the 3 loops, because I wrapped mine around 3, and place it like that. If you have a spare hook, it's probably easier to do it with your hook, but I did it with my hand. And then before you replace these, grab a single band and you're going to make a triangle from here to here and wrap it around twice. And then you can replace this band back to where it belongs on its peg. The same with the middle. Replace it. Make sure you don't lose it. And then finally the last. I know that seems hard and I'm sorry. And then you're going to re-enter this peg and just grab the bottom 2 bands, and be careful because it might be a little tight, and bring that. If you feel there's resistance and you're afraid your bands will pop, pull on the extension and loosen it up. And see, mine just glided right up. The middle should be very easy. There's nothing holding it. And those go forward. And now reaching into here, again we're grabbing just the bottom 2 bands. One should be the I band and then this one. And pushing back all those bands and just reaching for the bottom 2 and bringing them up. And see how mine look like they're pulling? So I'm going to put my hook in here and release it. And then mine just glided up. Now we're going to enter this peg and grab just the bottom and bring them forward. The middle and bring those forward. And avoid this band. Push that out of the way. Reach in, grab the 2. And make sure you did the same on this side, that when you looped, you push this band out of the way and then grab the bottom 2 in here. And then grab these 2 and bring them to the middle. And these 2 and bring these to the middle. Then you can take your hook, push it through all the bands, make sure you're grabbing all the bands. Grab a single white band, pull it through, and you're going to create the slip knot. Just take that band, pull it over, and you can pull, not too tight. And then we are going to remove the tooth from our loom. I'm just going to remove it and then show you the next step. Loom, you're going to, if you used the E-beads, you're going to pinch the bottom of that bead until it gets to the middle, like that. And the same here. Keep pinching it. I just pinched a little too much. And as far as the smile, you're going to take your hook and reach in through these two and then these two. And grab this black band, the bottom one, and bring it down. And then grab another single black band and create the slip knot. So we looped another black band through that bottom one. Make a slip knot. Pull, but don't pull too tight. And then I just took my hook through the back and pull that one up. And you can continue to hide it if you want. And that gives it the appearance that the tooth is smiling. And you can just fiddle with it. And that is how this one looks like with the average white bands. And this is the one with the chunkier bands. They are more rounded. I like the way this one looks better. And we are done. This is how you create your tooth on your loom. If you want to do it over again, you can follow all the steps except the do not add eyes or cheeks or mouth, and it will come out like this, just with just the bands. And stay tuned because I will be uploading toothpaste and my toothbrush. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the tutorial, please subscribe.